Now from Fenway Park here in Boston. Today it's the finale of this 4-game set between the Tampa Bay Rays and the Boston Red Sox. These two should provide some big-time fireworks. First pitch is coming up. Alexis Rodriguez gets the ball for the Red Sox in this one. EK, what's the word on him?
Well, guys, his batting average against this year is under 250. He's really had his way with the offense.
Matt Joyce makes his way to the plate, and we are ready for some daytime baseball.
Left fielder, Matt Joyce.
And we are underway this afternoon as the first pitch is over for a called strike one. Now these Red Sox entering play here this afternoon, EK. They are in the midst of a pretty bad stretch as they've dropped 6 straight coming in.
And really, what they need is for one guy to step up and give them that spark. Whether it's your starter going out and giving you 6 or 7 shutout innings, or one big 2-out at-bat, one big defensive play, you need somebody to do something to put some life into that dugout.
Fastball, strike 3 called, and he's caught looking to begin the afternoon. Time now for a look at the Rays' starting 9. Eric, who should we keep an eye on?
Well, definitely watch out for Corey Dickerson. He's been crushing the ball lately, hitting over 450 in the last 10 games. He's doing a great job of going with what he's given. He's making them pay when it's a mistake pitch.
Ben Zobrist will dig in now, knowing he'll need to turn it on here down the stretch if he wants a chance at claiming that batting title.
Well, he's second in the league in hitting right now, so we'll see what kind of finish he can put on.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. This is hit high and deep out to left. Robinson ranging back. Gone! Over the monster for a home run. So a solo home run off the bat of Ben Zobrist. Home run number 15 for him thus far as the Rays move out.
Well, there's one thing for certain. He's picking the right time to start getting hot right here. With the postseason right around the corner, they're going to be relying on his offense quite a bit. And hopefully, this is a preview of what everybody's going to see in October.
Evan Longoria will get his first opportunity here, currently leading the league in 2 of the 3 Triple Crown categories.
What a great season, but in order to win the Triple Crown, he's going to need some help from his teammates getting on base. He's in the top 5 in RBIs, but not leading that category.
First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball 1.
And these guys already have 1 home run here in the inning, and now you get to the real power guys here. So you need to be careful.
Pitch to the plate is a slider for a strike, and it's all knotted up at 1-1.
Well, there's the location you want right there. If that ball gets hit, it's going to be on the ground.
And this is taken for a called strike, and he's not in love with that call either. It's 1-2 now. Time for a look at our umpires in this one. Behind the plate is James Kingsley.
Well, Kingsley's a pretty fair umpire. Sometimes a pitcher will get a call in the corners, but he rarely has people barking at him about a strike zone.
Pitch swung on and hit in the air. And this will be handled by Sizemore for route number 2. And with that, take a look at the Red Sox on defense. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric, what do we need to know?
Well, guys, this defense is rock solid up the middle. They've got a Gold Glover at second base who is athletic, agile, and has range second to none.
Corey Dickerson will stand in, and he was a big part of the win last night as he contributed 3 hits to his guys' effort.
Well, you know, he's been averaging at least an RBI per game over his last 10, so yesterday's performance shouldn't have come as any big surprise to anyone.
Sinker to open the AB in there for strike 1. 2 out, nobody on. And a sinker dips too low there. Into the dirt, in fact. Hit hard back up the middle. And the inning will continue as that's through for a 2-out hit.
Well, you got to start a streak somewhere, and he's well into this one now. A 6-game hit streak with that base hit. He's swinging the bat pretty good right now.
Victor Martinez will stand in, back in the lineup after getting the night off yesterday. Trying to work that slider to the outer half, but it misses 1-0.
And in the first inning, with this guy already looking a little shaky, I think you let him throw you one here. He hasn't proven to me that he can find the strike zone yet.
He's ready. Here's the 1-0. In for a strike. It's 1-1.
And we all know that this guy doesn't really have the velocity to get it past a whole lot of major league hitters. So he's got to rely on that location, in and out, up and down, and that was perfect right there.
No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah, and he's got to be careful not to give up yet another home run here in this inning. So you can see they're approaching with caution here.
Drilled right back up the middle. And that's through for a hit.
Boy, these fans will be happy to see this guy leave town. That's for sure. He is absolutely eating them up here in this series. He delivers again.
Daniel Murphy will hope his heroics from last night can carry over to this one as he's coming off a 5-hit ball game.
Well, this guy's hitting over 300 on the year now, and he had a good performance yesterday as well.
Down on the shins and missed with it. Ball 1.
Now here's a spot with a run home already. That looks nice on the scoreboard. But if you could put up a 2 or even a 3 spot here in the first, that could really go a long way against a guy like this.
The 1-0 delivery. Swing and a liner. And that's through into center field. Base hit. And they'll put the brakes on that runner at third, and that means the bases are loaded now with 2 away.
Oh, you talk about being comfortable at the plate. That's the way he's feeling it right now. 9 straight games with that base hit now.
Trey Barnett will make his way in now as you get a look at his splits there on your screen. Looking to minimize the damage here. Chop foul over towards the coaching box. He's set. Here's the 0-1. Now a fastball that's taken close that time, but it's 1-1. Would you say he's not really finishing his pitches at this point?
That's a good way to put it. It looks like he's aiming a little too much, and that's not working for him.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. Maybe too much break on the slider. 2-1.
Well, you know, 3 straight hits are bad enough, but now he's making things even worse by falling behind the next guy.
Now this is on the ground to second. Is he going to get out of this? He is. They get the force at second base, and the inning is over. Rays get a run thanks to Ben Zobrist. Bottom of the first coming up, and Tampa is off and running early. It's 1-0. Scott Kazmir, a Texas-born left-hander, gets the starting nod. Eric, any thoughts?
Yeah, guys, I know wins aren't such a big deal anymore, but in his last start, he got his 20th. Still a huge achievement at any level. We'll see if he can get 21 here.
Into the box now is Dustin Pedroia as he'll lead off the home half of inning number 1.
Second baseman, Dustin Pedroia.
Grounded to third. Throws in time, and that's out number 1. Now a chance here from Fenway to take a look at John Farrell's starting lineup card. Steve, what's the key in trying to stop their opponent's winning streak?
Well, I think be aggressive at the plate. I mean, this is a guy that's going to go in there and pound the strike zone. He doesn't walk many hitters, and so you have to attack that count, get up there, and be ready to swing early in counts.
Shane Victorino steps in now, just hoping for something to go his way. And as you can see, that has not been the case in recent days. A called strike to the 35-year-old veteran. 0-1. EK, the Rays, as they begin play here this afternoon, all you can really say is they've been on one heck of a run.
And they've got the division title in their back pocket already. Now it's just a matter of playing for the seeding and maybe getting a few of your guys a day off or two before the real fun begins.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. A little behind on that swing, and now he'll try to shorten up maybe and protect the plate. Ground ball right side. Backhanded. And he'll take it onto the bag himself. 2 gone now here in the first. And with a quick breather here, let's give you a look at the defensive alignment for Tampa Bay. It's brought to us by Majestic. Any thoughts, Eric?
Well, guys, their starter has a ton of strikeouts, among the league leaders. That sometimes leads to some complacency out in the field. They're going to have to stay on their toes, be ready, because they will be involved.
Mike Napoli steps in, hoping to get things going at the plate. You can see it's been a bit of a struggle for him in recent games. Kazmir's ready. Here's the first pitch. Good changeup there to start him, but it drops a little low for ball 1. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Got him to swing it.
Pretty darn good job against him in this series.
Can't keep the weight back, and he falls behind 1 and 2. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. Red Sox go down 1-2-3. It remains 1-0. Angel Pagan will stand in, getting the start here despite being out of the lineup last night.
Angel Pagan.
Second inning starts with a fastball that misses. It's 1-0. This one's a strike. It's 1-1. High strikes, probably not on the docket for places he wants to be.
Yeah, I mean, it's no secret. You've got to keep the ball down against a team like this. If you go up every once in a while with a fastball, you'll be fine. But you're not going to last too long if you make a habit of working up there with your secondary pitches.
And a base hit, so the leadoff man is on to begin the inning.
Already 5 hits for these guys now in the ball game as the leadoff man reaches here in the second. They have had this guy's number so far, that's for sure.
Striding into the box, Deonder Navarro. He'll get to take his first cuts here. First things first, here's a throw over, and he'll get back in safely. First delivery to him on the way. Pitch is high, the throw, and it's far too late as he steals second with ease.
And that may have been an out-and-out guess right there. He had to figure they weren't going to throw over twice in a row, so he's running on first movement, and he makes it to second base safely.
Here comes the 1-0. Started to go around, but it's ruled strike one anyway. And he thought of taking third here, too?
Well, if he's smart, I think he'll stay right there. No sense forcing it with nobody out.
Even at a ball and a strike, here's the pitch. And he'll fall behind now to 1-2. And he lays off the fastball away, so it's 2-2 now.
And against a veteran hitter like this, you got to be in that strike zone early in the count, because the more pitches he sees, the better he's going to be able to time anything you've got.
Ready on 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here it comes. Hit slowly back to the mound. Throw on to first in time, 1 away.
Yeah, he might have thought about going to third for just a split second there, but with nobody out, I think the smart decision was to go ahead and take that out at first base, and that's exactly what he did.
Matt Joyce will stand in, looking to make this a 2-0 game if he can perhaps get a ball airborne.
Yeah, you've got to put the ball in play right here. A ground ball would probably work as well, as long as you don't hit it too hard right at a corner guy.
Lofted in the air out toward right center. Calling for it, Victorino. 2 gone. And it's a sac fly and an RBI. It's now a 2-0 game.
Now batting, shortstop, Ben Zobrist.
Well, you knew this was definitely going to be close, and that turned out to be a pretty good throw home from out there in right field. But it's going to wind up being just a little too late to get his man.
Here's Ben Zobrist now, as he'll go after the first pitch and bounce one foul for the first strike. The windup and the 0-1. That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2. Swing and a little tapper that rolls foul, so a good job to fight it off and stay alive. 2 out, nobody on. The next 0-2 misses, and that'll move it to 1-2 now. Hit hard on the ground towards second. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. So it's 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and no one left on base. On now to the bottom of the second. It's the Rays 2 and the Red Sox nothing. Nolan Reimold strides into the box now to lead off the home half of the second inning.
Nolan Reimold.
Now a fastball to start things out. Didn't miss by a lot, but it's 1-0. Called strike at the knees, 1-1.
That's a two-seam fastball right there. It looks to the hitter like it's going to be inside, and then it tails back to the inside corner of the plate.
And he lays off for a ball, 2-1.
And that's a pitch you have to lay off right there. That tight slider busting down and out of the zone, all that can do is tie you up.
To 2-2 now.
Wow, to just take a little off.
On the ground and right at the shifted infielders. Oh, and he can't pick it up cleanly. And a good effort as he's able to gather it in and make the play for the first out.
Well, in most cases, once he kicks this thing, it's going to be a sure error. But luckily for him, he's got a diesel tanker headed down the first baseline. So he's able to gather this thing up and still get the out at first.
David Robinson comes forward hoping to get it going at the plate. Only one hit in his last 4 ball games. Kazmir into the windup. Here comes the first pitch. Took a little off, and it's in for a called strike 1.
And you know, I think it's going to be important that when guys get their pitches, they take advantage. There it looked like he was taken all the way, and he may not get another pitch that catches that much of the plate.
A lot of movement that time. It's 0-2.
He's found a pretty nice rhythm out here early on.
Broken bat as this ball's hit on the ground. Barnett scoops it up. Throw to first gets him, so Kazmir's looking good to start the inning.
Oh, yeah, that one's going to sting a little bit. This pitch is coming hard in on him, and you can see he's way late getting that barrel through. So as it turns out, he's going to get more distance on the barrel of that bat than he does on the baseball.
Standing in now, Will Bradshaw, as he'll go after the first pitch to him and comes up empty. It's strike 1. Getting on base, a big problem as you see the average there. 5 homers and 14 driven in. And he powers the cut fastball by him that time, and he's in charge now, 0-2.
And you kind of get the sense that he's not really messing around out there too much. There hasn't been a whole lot of setting guys up here in this inning. He's just trying to get himself back into that dugout as fast as he can.
Protecting on 0-2, so we'll do it again. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. Down in order go the Red Sox. They trail it here 2-0. Welcome back to Fenway Park as we continue our coverage of Major League Baseball on the show. Evan Longoria is into the box as we are all set to begin the third.
And this is a guy that can make a big change in this game with one swing of the bat because you know he has big-time power.
Here comes the first pitch. And that one's in on the hands to start the inning. It's ball 1.
Well, that's a pretty good spot to try and lock him up inside, but you know he can turn on that location if that's out over the plate.
Hit to short. Scooped up. Throw to first in time, and the leadoff man is gone to start the third.
Now batting, right fielder, Corey Dickerson.
Corey Dickerson is the batter. Got a base hit in his first trip. Grounded to the right. And he'll take this to the bag himself, and there are 2 away now.
2 more ground outs, and that's the product of throwing that sinker. Just about every time you swing at it, you're either going to hit the top of it or miss it altogether. And if you do hit it, you're going to be killing all the worms out there in front of home plate.
Stepping in, Victor Martinez. He reached on a single in his first try. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. A little tardy there. No balls and a strike.
And this would be a good bounce-back inning for him. He's looked a little shaky here in these first few innings, so a 1-2-3 inning would be just what the doctor ordered.
Called strike 0-2.
Real good lateral movement on that two-seam fastball. That pitch is money for him when it's moving like that, so just keep on throwing it.
And a fastball in the dirt that's taken for a ball.
Well, I think that fastball is just for show there. He's not trying to throw this for a strike.
And it's to 2-2 now with the bases empty and 2 gone here in the inning.
And again, they try to take him down in the strike zone just to see if he'll go after that pitch below the knees. But with 2 strikes, he's been able to lay off that thing now twice in a row.
Oh, this is hit hard towards second. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. Down in order go the Rays. They're up 2-0. Grady Sizemore will come forward to begin the inning. 7, 8, and 9 to start the home third.
They're still searching for a base runner. It's been 6 up, 6 down to start the game.
Kazmir has his target. First pitch on its way. The fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0. On the ground to the right side. Throw to first is in time for the first out. Well, it's still early, but it's also worth noting that he'd be in line for the win if this keeps up as we take a look at the league leaders in games won this season.
Well, guys, he's one of the best in the league in that department right now. Every time he takes a hill, this ball club has a great chance to walk away with a W. We'll see if he can wrap up another one for him here in this one.
Here's the first pitch to him. Into the seats, 0-1. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. Grounded up the first baseline. And he'll take this to the bag himself, and there are 2 away now.
Batting 9th, catcher, Ryan LaVarnway.
Ryan LaVarnway will stand in now with 2 away, trying to avoid another 1-2-3 inning.
Now, this has been total domination these past few innings. They haven't been able to mount any kind of threat whatsoever.
Into the windup and the pitch. Chopped down the first baseline, but it's a foul ball, says the first base umpire. 0-1, here's the pitch. Hot shot on the ground is short. Zobrist is there. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. Red Sox go down 1-2-3. They're still down. It's 2-0. Daniel Murphy is ready here as we begin the top of the 4th.
And they jumped out to that early lead, so now it's all about just adding on.
Swinging a ball line hard towards short. Throw to first in time. 1 gone here in the 4th.
Boy, and he's come out with a plan against these hitters, and he's executed that plan to perfection.
Settling in now, Trey Barnett, as the switch hitter will take his cuts left-handed here.
This is where he's so comfortable hitting righties so far this year really well, hitting over 300 on the year.
And he gets ahead here with the fastball, strike one.
I tell you, he's got a good pace, a good tempo to him out there right now.
Down and away, ball one. Two runs, 5 hits, and no errors for Tampa Bay so far. Up high, 2-1 now. Shot to third. A screaming base hit here, his first of the night. The throw into second. Not in time, and he's in there with a double.
Center fielder number 16.
Yeah, no hesitation there as we train our camera directly on him. But once this gets down the line, he's thinking two right out of the box, and he's able to beat the throw into second and leg out a double.
In is the center fielder, Angel Pagan. As he'll take a look at a pitch too low, it's ball one.
They know he's got one eye on that green monster, that left field wall out there, so it's a good idea here to bust him inside.
That one will get out of play, and the count evens up at 1-1. Line toward the alley in left center, and this falls in front of Sizemore, a base hit. They're going to extend their lead as the runner scores from second. It's a 3-0 game.
Now you can pretty clearly see he's starting to make some mistakes in location, and they're jumping on him. Here, this is out over the plate, and he doesn't miss it. Lines it for an RBI single.
And some action now in the Boston bullpen as a right-hander's up and throwing. Here's the catcher, Deoner Navarro. Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. And he'll stay with it to put it away as they get their man here for the second out.
Now that'll be a frustrating at-bat for him. Now, he's got to be thinking he let one get away there because, that's a pitch he should have been able to handle.
Here's Matt Joyce now, as the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball one. Looks like he employed the slide step on that last pitch.
Maybe you see a little cat and mouse game going between the pitcher and the runner right now. We'll see who wins this duel.
Ready with the 1-0 pitch. Pitch out. Nothing doing. A runner on first with 2 away. And he'll lay the fastball in here to get the count back to 2-1.
Yeah, he probably got the fastball he was looking for, but on 2-0, you can look for one pitch in one spot. And if it's not in that spot, you take it.
Set to deliver on 2-1. Oh, he wanted that one, but it misses for ball 3.
Is he worrying too much about that guy on first?
I think he might be. You guys worry so much about the stolen base, but they don't realize that a walk is 10 times worse.
Hitters count all the way. Here it comes. Hit hard on the ground to second. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. So a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. To the bottom of inning number 4 we go. It's the Rays 3 and the Red Sox nothing. Dustin Pedroia will stand in to begin their half of the fourth, with his guys still looking for their first hit of the ballgame.
Yeah, and still looking for their first base runner, too. 9 up, 9 down.
Kazmir gets the sign. Here's the first pitch. And he catches the inside corner for a called strike. 0-1. And he falls behind 0-2.
You know, when you watch Pedroia play day in and day out, I always think about that memorable 2013 season. I mean, this is a guy who hurts his thumb on opening day, but he played 160 games that season, and he led the Sox to another World Series title.
Right side, hit hard. And this gets through into right, so he turns the 0-2 count into a leadoff base hit.
With some guys, it doesn't matter if it's 0-2 or 2-0. They take the same approach either way. Well, this right here is one of those guys, and he comes through from being down in the count.
Here's Shane Victorino now, as he'll swing at the first pitch and send one on the ground to first. Zobrist on to first, but not in time as he's in there ahead of the throw.
This is always a tough throw here for a first baseman coming off the bag. You got to make sure that you don't just throw the ball right into the runner's back heading down to second base. Here he takes just a little extra time to make sure that he makes a good throw. And they're going to settle for just one at second.
Here's Mike Napoli now. Went about halfway there, but it's a called strike regardless. Well, that pitch isn't going to light up the radar gun, but it's been effective.
Well, it doesn't have to. If you get that good movement and put it in the right spot, it's plenty good enough to do the job.
That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch is a slider that's cut on and missed for strike 2. Runners on first with 1 down. Oh, a fastball swung on and missed, and for the second time today, he's gone on strikes.
Well, it's really not too hard to figure out what the game plan is on a guy like this. You cannot give him anything up around the belt that he can drive. So you're going to see that all 4 pitches are either mid-thigh or below, and that's right about where you're going to want to be pitching against a guy like this.
Stepping in now, Nolan Reimold, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. Swing and a line drive, but this will be foul. He's ready. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. Red Sox leave 1. Still down 3-0. Ben Zobrist strides into the box now. Launched one over the wall back in the opening frame. A couple of righties starting to loosen now in the bullpen. And a first pitch sinker is over for strike 1. The pitch count there. 1 pitch into his 5th inning of work. Not much of a concern, I wouldn't imagine.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. He hasn't had any real overtaxed innings, so he should be fine for the time being.
Hit hard up the middle, and that'll get on through into center field, so he's got himself a leadoff single. So a ground ball single up the center of the diamond makes it 2 hits for him on the afternoon. And we get a look at the Rays leaderboard there as he currently sits number 3 on that list.
Well, he hasn't exactly been tearing the league apart, but he's making enough noise with the bat to be respected. clearly, he's a large piece of this offense.
Evan Longoria will try it again. 0 for 2 with a fly out and a ground ball thus far.
Well, guys, if you split the difference between the fly ball and the grounder he's put in play, you've got a nice line drive. So maybe we'll witness that right here.
Over toward the line now is Victorino, but he's going to run out of room. It's a foul ball. The 0-1 on its way. Off the plate and in. It's a ball and a strike. Three runs, 8 hits, and no errors for Tampa Bay so far. That's in there on the outer half. 1-2 now.
And now he's made most of the hitters inside conscious. And, of course, that opens up the outside corner when he has to go there.
And no offer that time from Longoria. It's back to 2-2 now.
A lot of righty pitchers will throw that two-seamer to right-handed hitters. Make sure that pitch gets inside instead of staying out over the plate. That one ran just a little too much to catch the corner.
Chopped foul at the plate, and the count holds at 2-2. Here's the pitch on 2-2. Now a swing and a ball popped high in the air over toward foul ground. And nope, this one falls, so he'll get another shot. Weak chopper up the line. Reined in. Pedroia on to Napoli, but it's too late, and they'll settle for just the one.
And here's why you always go in hard at second base. This could be a very easy double play ball, but you see the aggressive slide here. That really impacts the throw to first, and they wind up getting just one on that play. Excellent aggressive base running.
In now, Corey Dickerson, as the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball. 1-0. And the sinker is over here, and that evens things at 1. Line drive to left. In there, a base hit.
And at this point, I don't think you could expect anything less than a two-hit ball game from this guy. I mean, he's been as hot as anybody lately, and he comes through again here.
Here comes the Red Sox manager up out of the dugout on his way to the mound, and it would appear he's seen enough of his starter this afternoon. So he'll make his way to the dugout after working just 4 1/3, and he just didn't have his best stuff in this one. Ruby De La Rosa is going to take over here in inning number 5, as it's going to be up to their bullpen to try and keep him in the game here.
De La Rosa.
Victor Martinez will be his first assignment here, as he'll face him with runners at first and second and 1 gone. De La Rosa pauses. Here's the delivery. And he'll start in with a fastball that misses down and away for a ball. 1-0.
And you can bet they'll pitch him carefully with a couple guys on base.
That evens it up 1-1. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Fastball close, but he didn't get it. 2-1.
And one thing you can't do here, you cannot lose him and load the bases. He's still got a couple pitches to play with, but I'd expect this one to be somewhere in a strike zone.
He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. Lays off the changeup, and he's ahead in the count now. 3-1. Fastball here.
I think it has to be. You're licking your chops if you're the hitter. 3-1. You can't walk the bases loaded. Bail and wail.
Runners are at first and second with one away. And he misses ball 4. So he comes out of the bullpen and immediately walks the first man he faces.
I think these guys are at the point of the series where they've seen enough of this guy swinging the bat. Go ahead, take first base.
Daniel Murphy will dig in here. 1 for 2. He's singled and grounded out so far.
Yeah, putting the ball in play, sometimes that's half the battle.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. They'll start him here with a changeup, but it's taken for ball 1. It's going to take a lot of guile to work out of this one.
Well, he's got plenty in reserve. This would need to be a magic act, no doubt.
Bases are loaded here. 1 man out. Up top, it's 2-0.
Now, even with the bases loaded, this is a green light situation on a 2-0 count. You're looking for your pitch in your location, and then you better let it rip.
The 2-0 pitch. Slapped hard the opposite way. And that's through into left, a base hit. 1 run scores. And they'll hold that runner at third, so everyone moves up, and they remain loaded here with still only 1 gone.
You know, sometimes this game can just be flat out simple. Here, he just worked his way into a good count, bought himself a nice fastball to hit, and then just rips it out there to drive in a run.
Into the box now, Trey Barnett batting left-handed here as he takes a look at strike 1.
Yeah, definitely taken all the way. Not a bad idea with the bases loaded.
Here's the 0-1. And he misses with it. 1-1. Bases are loaded with only 1 out. And they'll go off speed here as this pitch misses. It's 2-1. And this could be trouble now. It's 3-1. In danger now of a second walk out of the bullpen.
Not exactly providing relief. He's got to find it here somehow.
And he takes a cold strike at the knees, and that'll run things full.
And he's come back with 2 in a row, but I wouldn't be all that convinced he can throw a third.
Bases are loaded here. 1 man out. This is line to left. Robinson is there. Let's see if they test it. And a relay home. LeVar has got the plate blocked. Out trying to score. Rays will settle for just the 1. Home half of the 5th coming up. The Rays are in front 4-0. David Robinson will stand in to start things out here in the home half of the 5th. And you get the sense, Steve, that this crowd's been pretty well taken out of the ballgame to this point.
Yeah, they pretty much had to sit on their hands all afternoon. Not a lot to get excited about so far. And I think that's a credit to that man out there on the mound. He's cut right through this lineup for the first 4 innings.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Drops in a strike to start the at-bat. 0-1.
Yeah, and it seems like he kind of got away from that pitch here in the last few innings. You got to think about bringing that one right back.
A little quick on that swing, and he finds himself behind 0-2. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Boy, good cutting action to that pitch as that's the first out of the inning. There's our line score through the first 4.5, and these guys have basically had the bats taken right out of their hands. Just one hit to this point. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Will Bradshaw. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Yep, they sent him packing last time, so maybe they have a pretty good idea of how to attack him again right here.
Outside target here, and he hits it for strike one.
Boy, he has been a first strike throwing machine, hasn't he? He's hardly been behind in the count all game long.
1 out, nobody on. Swing and a miss on the slider, and he's quickly behind 0-2.
Boy, he is putting on a clinic out there right now. These guys don't know what to look for.
And wow, tough to lay off the fastball there, but it's 1-2.
Well, you know, when you're behind in a count like this, it's all about changing your approach at the plate. You got to shorten up a little bit and just look to put the ball in play.
A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss on the fastball that time. Out number 2. So another exceptional effort for him on the mound. He's got the shutout working here, as we'll show you the league ERA leaders.
Yeah, guys, at the moment, 4th in the American League. And when you're pitching as well as he is, the scoreless innings just seem to stack up. He's got another good outing going here.
Grady Sizemore stands in, looking to put the bat on the ball for a change here, with the first 2 guys going down on strikes to start the inning. Good fastball there by Kazmir. 0-1.
This guy has been amazing. He's thrown a first pitch strike to around 80% of the batters he faced, and we're in the middle innings now, so you know he's doing well.
That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Gets a small piece near the plate. Navarro is up with it. Throw in time, and the side is retired. So a strong start on the mound as he's blanked him through the first 5. 5 innings complete. The Rays 4 and the Red Sox nothing. Carter Holliday will get the call here as he'll start the 6th inning on the mound.
17, Carter Holliday.
Angel Pagan will lead things off as the Rays look to get something going in their half of the 6th. And now the Red Sox will get a left-hander up and throwing in the bullpen. First pitch of the inning is taken low and away for a ball. It's 1-0. Swing and a shot to third, but this will be speared at third, and that was self-defense all the way. 1 gone.
Well, he was making a bid up there for his 3rd straight hit, and this might be the hardest ball he's hit of the 3, but this time he's going to wind up with nothing to show for it.
Here's the catcher, Deoner Navarro, and this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball 1. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Fastball at 96 on the radar gun, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, there's a good one right there, right over the top, and just fire that thing in there.
One and one, here it is. 1-2 now as this catches the outer half.
Just no chance to pull the trigger on that one. It just got on him too fast.
1 out, nobody on. this is swung out and missed, so it's 2 up, 2 down to start the 6th inning.
And he was really late on this one. I mean, really late. You can see where the baseball is by the time he gets the barrel through. I mean, it's darn near in the catcher's glove already. That tells me he was probably looking for something else.
Here's Matt Joyce now. As he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike.
And that's about where he'll sit with that fastball. 93, 94. And that's plenty hard enough to blow it by guys when you need to.
The 0-1 delivery. Good hard slider there, but it runs away. It's a ball and a strike. And that's lifted the other way out to left. Robinson shading to his right. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. So they go quietly here in this half inning. We'll see 8, 9, and 1 due up in the bottom of inning number 6. The Rays 4 and the Red Sox nothing. Jonathan Herrera will come in now to start things out here in their half of the 6th as they look for a reversal of fortunes here. The first 5 innings have not been particularly kind to them.
Yeah, and I think that's putting it mildly. Just 1 hit in these first 5 innings. They're going to need to do a better job of finding good pitches to hit. But that fella on the mound has not made it easy on him, and that's for sure.
And they'll start the at-bat with a slider that didn't miss by a whole lot. It's ball 1. And a strike to even the count. 1-1.
And if he's getting tired, it's not showing in his slider. That pitch is still as tight as it was in the 2nd inning.
Takes a look at a changeup there, and it's a ball and 2 strikes now. For that man right there, you need look back only to his last start to see a performance like the one he's shown here so far.
And well on his way to another great outing. And that's what you get when you mix your speeds and throw a lot of strikes.
Swing and a little blooper to center. Zobrist onto the grass, and that's the first out of the inning.
And all through this winning streak of theirs, we've seen some great starting pitching, and this has been another very good performance. Good enough to most likely keep that winning streak going.
Ryan Lavarnway stands in. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out. The fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0.
Well, you know, things have gone his way more often than not so far this afternoon, but he certainly didn't get any help on that one.
Can't sit back long enough, and the count evens up at 1-1. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Now a swing and a miss, and he's behind 1-2.
And this is exactly what he does so well. He'll make you so convinced that you're going to see a fastball, and then he's going to go the other way on you.
Tap foul at home plate. A little late on the fastball, but he's able to spoil that one off, and he'll get another chance. Out in front of that one, may have been looking fastball. Good job just to make contact. The 1-2 pitch. Looked like the cut fastball there, and he got him to swing through it for the 2nd out.
And a lot of times, you might say, 4-run lead, we'll make that up. But I tell you, the way he's throwing the ball right now, they might be fortunate just to get 1 run off him.
2 men are gone now in the Boston half of the 6th, and that'll bring up the former MVP second baseman Dustin Pedroia. Out in front of it, strike 1. 2 out, nobody on. And a swing and a miss that time by Pedroia as he finds himself in an 0-2 hole now.
All afternoon long, this is what we've seen. Guys have just dug their own hole up there by going after pitches that aren't strikes.
Lifted in the air out to right. After it is Dickerson. He tracks it down, and that will end the inning. Down in order go the Red Sox. They trail here 4-0. Welcome back to Fenway Park here in the great city of Boston. We're in the 7th with the Rays out in front, and let's get you caught up with our game summary for the first 6 innings. Ben Zobrist will stand in again, but first we'll flash you back to the very first inning of the ballgame. And here you go, a solo home run that had him off and running early on. And now Boston's bullpen springs into action. A left-hander and a right-hander begin to throw. And, he can't get out of the way of that one, so the leadoff man will be on to open the frame.
One thing's for sure, you've got to make sure this guy's healthy for October. Luckily, he looks like he's going to be okay after that one.
Evan Longoria will stand in, one of the few guys not to join the hit parade so far.
Yeah, guys, he's got to be feeling a little bit like that dog that gets left out in the rain while the rest of the family's inside by the fire. I guess he's just not seeing what everyone else is.
And this is low, ball 1. Here it comes, 1-0. That one's going to find the seats, strike 1. And he takes ball 2, and it's 2-1. Nobody out, runner on first. A swing and a miss at the slider at 88, 2-2.
Boy, they've done a really good job against this guy so far. And it's the first time in the series that they've held him without a hit.
Good eye to lay off the slider there, and he works it to full 3-2 here.
You definitely don't want to go hit by pitch, walk to start this inning. So you got to bear down right here. Really lock in on that catcher.
And here's a slider, strike 3 called, and that'll be the first out of the inning.
Let's check this out again on show track and see if this was a good call. It's a slider and it's on the outside corner. Home plate umpire's right on top of it. I don't know how you could really complain about that one.
Into the box, Corey Dickerson, as he looks at a fastball that misses off the plate for ball 1. Runner goes for second. Pitch is a cold strike. The throw. And it skips in as he steals the bag easily. And he throws it away.
Well, I think we all know this guy is the whole package out there. He's homered earlier in the ball game. Now he shows off those wheels by taking second here on the stolen base.
Straightened him up there on that fastball. It's 1-2 now. For Zobrist, that's stolen base number 8 on the campaign. 1 out and a runner on second base. And that misses 2-2.
And that's the right spot for that slider. Really try hard to tie him up inside. And that's a good job to lay off, too.
He's set. Here's the 2-2. A full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
You can see where they want to go to try and get him out. A lot of pitches in on the hands in this sequence. They don't want him to be able to extend.
This is hit pretty well out to left field. Robinson going back on it. He's got it. A nice play there. 2 away.
I think he's got the right idea here because that big left field wall here is certainly within his range, but he just got under this one just a little bit, and he didn't have the power to get it to the wall.
Here's the switch hitting Victor Martinez as he will take a look at a fastball in there as that strike zone expands just a little. It's 0-1.
Well, that one's at 94, so the velocity's good right now.
Ball hit high and foul down the left field line. It's strike 1. Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. And Victor able to lay off that one, and the count moves to 1-2. Oh, and look out as this runs in and gets him. The second man he's plunked in this one.
Well, people might jump to some conclusions here, but with a base open and this guy at the plate, you don't even really want to mess around with the strike zone, and I think this pitch just got away from him. Nothing more than that.
Daniel Murphy gets a shot now with 2 men on and 2 away here in inning number 7.
And we'll see here if he can come through. It can be discouraging to see opportunities like this late in a ball game go untapped.
First offering on its way. And a slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball.
He's going to have to punch his way off the ropes now.
Back up the middle, and that'll get through. It's into center, a base hit. The throw home. Lavarnway's tag, too late. He's safe at the plate.
Well, when you break it all down, there are 3 things you got to have to be successful. Pitching, defense, and the clutch hitting. These guys have been able to ride all 3 so far. That's a big 2-out RBI there.
Your attention, please.
New pitcher to tell you about, and it's a guy drafted number 6 overall out of North Carolina in 2006, the 6'6" lefty Andrew Miller. Trey Barnett will be the first one to greet him as he'll have to turn around and bat from the right side of the plate here. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1. And that's inside off the plate with the fastball. It's 1-1. 2 down, runners at first and second. And he finds a way to catch the zone here. It's 1-2. Throws him for strike 3, and that retires the side. Rays will settle for just the 1. They'll get up and stretch here at Fenway. The Rays lead it 5-0. Leading off the inning, Shane Victorino, and they'll need him to get something going here.
And so far in this one, they're still getting shut out. So this leadoff at bat could be huge if he can just get on base because they've been held in check all game.
And there's a sharp slider from Kazmir. It's 0-1.
He's done a really good job of kind of getting ahead of hitters here by throwing first pitch strikes to 70% of the batters he's faced, and that's why he's doing so well.
Swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. Set to deliver on 0-2. Here it comes. Line to left. Therefore, it is Joyce to take it in for the first out. So he's still got his shutout working here in the 7th, and with that in mind, we check out the league leaders in shutouts. And as you see, he's right up there among league leaders in that department. Mike Napoli will stand in, and he, like so many others, hitless in the ballgame so far.
Well, we've been talking about it a lot, but this offense is just getting shut down right now. And we've seen some really fantastic pitching in this one.
They set the target in, and this finds the inside corner for strike one.
You know, he's pitched a really nice ball game to this point, but this is a big moment for him. Getting through the heart of this order at this stage of his outing would be huge.
Oh, can't spot the cutter any better than that. 0-2 now.
Boy, and if anything, he's looking stronger than ever here in this 7th inning.
Bases are empty, one man out. Hard ground ball. Defense played him perfectly. Throw to first gets him, so Kazmir's looking good to start the inning.
And you start to wonder if anyone's going to get on base against him again. That's 10 straight now he's retired.
Nolan Reimold will try it again. He's grounded out and struck out in 2 trips.
Yep, not showing too much so far, but he's got a chance to make something happen right here. See if he can put those other ABs behind him.
Behind on that one, now behind in the count, 0-1. 0-1, here it comes. Swing and a ball hit softly on the ground, but this will wind up a foul ball, strike 2. Looking to put him away, here's the 0-2. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. Tried to get him to go after one below the knees, but it's 1-2. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. High and deep to left center field. Back goes Pagan. Gone! So a solo home run here for Nolan Reimold. Number 18 for him on the campaign. As they get on the scoreboard here, it's 5-1.
And even though this is only 1 run, this is important. Not just because it gets them on the board, but also because they needed something to get the dugout going a bit. Give them some life.
Up next for the Red Sox.
Stepping in now, David Robinson. As the first pitch to him is a changeup that can't find the zone. It's ball 1. That home run believed to be 402 feet all told. 2 out, nobody on. Smoke toward the hole. That's through, and he's got his first base hit. He's 1 for 3.
And they're able to keep the inning alive as you check out the numbers on his performance so far. That's just the 3rd hit he's allowed to this point. He's been pretty much in control the whole way.
Will Bradshaw ready to take another shot. Went down on strikes his last time up.
Well, at the very least, he went down hacking. Striking out is one of the many frustrations that go along with hitting, and you have to accept that it's going to happen sometimes.
Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. So it may be too little too late, but they're on the board here in the late going. We'll march on to the 8th. It's the Rays 5 and the Red Sox 1. Burke Badenhop will come on now and make his 55th appearance of the year.
Burke Badenhop.
Angel Pagan will be the first one to greet him here as he'll be forced to turn around and hit from the left side now.
Well, you know he's feeling good at the plate, so he's already got 2 hits in this game, looking for another one.
And he starts the number 8 hitter with a strike, 0-1. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the 1-1. Stung into the gap in right center for what should be extra bases. And this will kick up against the wall near the Red Sox bullpen. And he is into second base with a double, his 3rd hit this afternoon.
Well, he's right on the fastball here. You get a look. He gets that bat head out front and just rips this ball into the alley and right. Gets the inning started with a nice leadoff double.
Edward Mujica is on to work as he'll take over here in the 8th.
Number 54, Edward Mujica.
Deoner Navarro will be the first one to greet him here as he'll be doing so with the runner in scoring position and still nobody out.
When you're 0 for 3 in a game already, I think you're really happy to see a new pitcher in this ballgame. Maybe something will change for him.
And he takes a cold strike, 0-1. For Pagan, he stands at second with his 13th double of the year. 5-1 our score as we play the 8th. Gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Back up the middle, and that'll get through. It's into center, a base hit. And now third base coach Tom Foley's waving him home. The runner from second crosses the plate. It's 6-1.
Now batting, left fielder, Matt Joyce.
Junichi Tazawa will get the assignment on the mound here as he'll enter with the runner at first and nobody out.
Junichi Tazawa.
Matt Joyce will be the first to stand in against the new pitcher as he'll do so with the runner at first and nobody out.
Well, he's 0 for 4 coming into this at-bat, so I think he's happy to see a new arm out there. Maybe his luck will change.
First pitch coming. Here it is. On couldn't lay off the pitch inside. It's 0-1. Oh, 0-1 count and the pitch. That's taken. Now it's 0-2. In the dirt here. But fortunately here, no advance. And this one's in the dirt. They put the tag on him, and he is out at first base. Even at 2 balls and 2 strikes, here's the pitch. And he's getting his money's worth up there now. It's full 3-2.
Yeah, still looking for that put-away pitch. Hasn't gotten him to offer it any of the last 3.
1 out, nobody on. And he misses ball 4. So he comes out of the bullpen and immediately walks the first man he faces.
Yeah, and no doubt on the mound he thought that was strike three. The home plate umpire calls it low, but I think he had a different view out there.
Koji Uehara will come on now as he inherits a runner at first with already one out in the inning.
Koji Uehara.
Ben Zobrist steps in with one in, one out, and one on here in the inning.
Yeah, it's been a pretty good inning here so far, so we'll see if they can scratch another run across right here.
Uehara's ready. Here comes the pitch. Grounded back up the middle, and they'll get the fielder's choice play at second. Return throw, and the inning will continue.
The designated hitter, Evan Longoria.
Ready now, Evan Longoria. He got called out on strikes his last time through.
Well, you know, it never feels good to go down on strikes, especially looking. You wouldn't be surprised to see him be a little more aggressive in this at-bat.
First pitch of the at-bat. And they pitch out here, but nothing's going on. Good swing, just got to try and straighten that one out. 2 out with the man at first. Fouled off again, and now he's in a 1-2 hole. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. And no offer that time from Longoria. It's back to 2-2 now. Chopped weakly to the left. Throw to second for the force out, and the side is retired. Couple of hits lead to a run here for Tampa Bay. Not too many more shots left. Home half of the 8th coming up. The Rays are out in front, 6-1. Alex Torres is on out of the bullpen now as he gets to work in his 60th game of the season.
Alex Torres.
Grady Sizemore will stride forward now. He's bounced out a couple of times already here in the ball game.
Just a little off on his earlier swings, guys. You've got to keep that top hand palm up through contact to keep him rolling over.
And he swings through a fastball and doesn't catch up with it. It's 0-1. Try to bunt for a base hit here as he gets this one down. Barnett is there. Throw will get Sizemore at first. Good reactions as he's out trying to bunt his way aboard. Time to bring you up to date on the numbers for our two starters. It's our starter comparison, and the hometown nine have had trouble generating much by way of hits, as you can see by the left side of your screen. Jonathan Herrera will step in now. He's bounced out and flown out in his first two plate appearances. First pitch on its way. Lays off 1-0. Bases are empty, one man out. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0. Very weakly on the ground, but it gets foul. And he misses low here, so the count goes to 3-1.
Well, I think it's time to attack now because these guys haven't been in too many good hitters' counts. This is where you need to pounce.
Chopped foul right at home plate. Something has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. And another foul ball. Boy, really making him work now as the seventh pitch of the at-bat is also fouled away, so the count will hold steady at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Good battle continues as this ball's chopped foul at the plate, and the count remains 3-2. And he finally wears him down here as he strikes him out after a 9-pitch at-bat.
And you can see he is none too happy about that last call. I think he's saying it was low, and well, now I know he was saying it was low. But you know, you can't show up an umpire like that. He may have just cost his guys another inch or two on close calls.
Ryan Lavarnway will stand in now with 2 away, needing to really get something started here.
And their chances of getting back into this ball game are growing dimmer by the batter.
And there's a strike right down the heart of the plate, 0-1. Swing and a miss, and he's in control, 0-2.
One thing you've got to be aware of as a hitter is he's going to give you a bit of a variety up there. He's got 5 pitches, and he's going to use all of them.
That's inside and low. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Chop foul at the plate. It'll remain 1-2. Just inside, not by much. It's 2-2. Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue. Fights off another pitch and hits it foul right at the plate. 2-2 count. Here it comes. Hit out towards second. Oh, and it eats him up a bit. And a good effort as he's able to stick with it and get the third out of the inning. Red Sox go down 1-2-3. They trail 6-1. Corey Dickerson will stand in. He flew out his last time up.
The right fielder, number 10, Corey Dickerson.
Uehara looks in, and the pitch. Ninth inning underway now as the first pitch is taken for a cold strike. Next pitch, chopped foul right at home plate, and he's behind 0-2 now. Can't quite get around in time to keep it fair, and it remains 0-2. Ready with the 0-2. And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2. Chopped foul wide of first. And he takes strike 3 cold on the fastball. 1 gone.
That fastball is certainly not overpowering, but it's in the perfect location. When you put a little movement on that thing, that really becomes a great pitch.
Here's the switch hitting Victor Martinez. As he'll pop this one fouled off to the left, and it's strike 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. One out, nobody on. Right side and right into the shift. Throw on to first gets Martinez, and that's the second out of the inning.
Now batting, second baseman, Daniel Murphy.
Daniel Murphy steps in after hitting an RBI single his last time around. Now a fastball a bit too low here. It's ball 1. Swing and a line drive, but this is going to get foul. Here it comes on 1-1. Lifted the other way to left center. Sizemore on the run. And the inning is over. Rays go in order 1-2-3. They lead it 6-1. Dustin Pedroia will stand in to start things off, as this top of the batting order hasn't found a whole lot of success so far.
In fact, just one hit between the 1, 2, 3 hitters combined. So apparently the table setters have not been getting their chores done.
Now here's the pitch. Just off the outside, and it's 1-0. This man out for his second inning of work. Did a nice job getting him 1, 2, 3 last time around.
Yeah, but that was against the 7, 8, 9 guys. Things may be a little more difficult here now that he has to face the top 3 in the lineup.
One and two now as that one's fouled off. Still 1-2 as he fouls it away. Chop foul at the plate, and we'll do it again. Still hanging with him. Another good swing to keep it going. Ready to deliver the 1-2. Now a ball hit sharply toward third. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit. Not in time, and he's in there with a double.
Well, I think this was a little bit of a gamble from my perspective. I had a feeling that he'd take a big turn around first and then hold on, but he was having none of that. He's smelling two all the way, and he's going to make it there with a hustle double.
Here's Shane Victorino now, as he takes a called strike at the knees. It's 0-1. No one out with a runner at second. Slider taken here. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-2 now, as that's in there at the knees.
1 ball, 2 strikes. The count.
And this is taken by Victorino to even the count at 2-2. Where do you go from here?
I think he's set up for something off speed. If you can put that changeup below his knees, you won't come within a foot of it.
And the sinking fastball called strike 3, and that's out number 1.
Well, this is due justice for the guy on the mound. He probably should have had the strikeout on the last pitch, but you know, at the plate, you got to know you're not going to get that pitch called a ball twice in a row.
Here's Mike Napoli now, as the sinker to him finds the zone for strike 1. That man's team has definitely shot itself in the foot with all the strikeouts so far.
It seems like it's been a growing trend so far, but man, you've just got to be able to put the ball in play when you've got runners in scoring position.
And Napoli can't connect there, as that's by him for strike 2.
Oh, tough pitches here, back to back. And now he's not going to give him any.
For its second here with 1 man out. And he is down on strikes again. So get your hats out. That's the 3rd strikeout of the game.
Now this is exactly how you go about shutting down a leadoff double. He turned right around, struck out the next 2 guys. So now they're going to need a little 2-out magic if they're going to dent that scoreboard.
In now, Nolan Reimold, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. And it's quickly 0-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over.
And at 9 games, I said this streak could go on for quite a bit longer. Sure enough, now it's up to 11. And the way they're playing, there could be no end in sight.
One more look at the final line score there to see the great pitching performance that led his guys to the victory. Well, you always hope to get a good outing from your starting pitcher, but this man went above and beyond in this one. He's our top player of the game.
And this is what you want out of your starter. Gives him 7 strong innings, sets things up perfectly for his bullpen to get the final 6 outs. He's going to walk away with a victory. Good job.
So that'll just about do it. For Eric Karros, Steve Lyons, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. For more, don't forget to check out theshownation.com. The Rays are victorious in this one, 6-1. So long from Fenway.
The final line score for this afternoon's ball game for the victorious Rays: 6 runs on 13 hits, no errors. They left 10 men on base. For the Red Sox, 1 run, 4 hits, no errors. They left 3 men on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 4 minutes. A reminder that extra Green Line trains will be available at the Kenmore stop. Or if you plan to use the D branch, use the Fenway stop. Rail service is available at the Yawkey Station, located on Brookline Avenue, within walking distance of Fenway Park.